we use what's called the student housing questionnaire. So at the beginning of the school year, we push these questionnaires out to every single school, public and charter, with the hope that they will get into the hands of every student that will then in turn bring it home to their parent or their legal guardian or caregiver, or in the case of an unaccompanied homeless youth, they would receive it. This is how we get our finger on the pulse very quickly for which students are qualifying for McKinney-Vento Homeless Education Services. If they rent or own their home, then we know that they are not, a child or youth that qualifies for McKinney-Vento services. But if they check any of those 4 nighttime residents that I just mentioned to you, then right away we know that we can provide services to those students, get them registered in our program, which is called HEART, the Homeless Education Assistance Resource Team, and provide them any and all necessary services that we have internally, and then obviously externally, making those referrals so that we can remove any barriers to educational stability, because of course we all know that education is the gateway out of poverty and future homelessness. So it's really important for us to stay on top of those students and those families and make sure we're removing barriers to school attendance, and not just coming periodically, but our mantra is attendance counts all day, every day, right? So that's a lot that I just said, but any
Necessary.
questions? Any questions?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Who was the lead agency for the continuum of care mentioned here? Is that the school district?
No, it's the Homeless Initiative, so it's Broward County's Homeless Initiative Partnerships.
Okay, so they would have to designate us for bullet number 2 there as a transitional living program, or someone that can designate a young person as homeless.
I don't know that they have to designate you. I mean, they are authorized as well, but as long as it's one of those 3, district liaison, lead agency, or an emergency or transitional shelter director.
Okay.
I think in any of those instances, you have the authority to authorize a youth as unaccompanied.
But if we're not a
Certified
shelter,
unaccompanied.
if we're not a shelter where the homeless kids are coming through our buildings.
Well, Flight Center kind of filters all of the youth through housing for the TIO system care. We do have emergency transitional shelter housing for homeless youth. So do we need to, and we do get HIP funding, HUD funding, and the other category there. I don't know where you went on this. So is there a process by which we have to say, hey, we are so-and-so, this is our qualification, and hence whatever comes through us is valid, or are we just self-validating and saying, now this kid is homeless and we just validated ourselves? I just wanna know the process, because I don't wanna hit the barrier that when we say a youth is homeless, then they say, well, who are you?
Right.
So how do we let people know this is who we are? I mean, it's known in Broward, obviously, but I mean, if there's something that's beyond that we should be doing, then what is the process for